Now, I know that you've done a lot to think about how we improve the projects and inner city. What are some things that you're working on and what you've done?
So I had the blessings of going to school outside the projects. I went to a science magnet school ever since I was in the first grade. So science, technology was in my life all throughout my school. So when I graduated, I had a record deal and music was my career. So when I had success, I went back to my neighborhood and brought the kids in my neighborhood the same tools that I had growing up. So there's a robotics, I built a school a couple of miles away from the projects that I'm from. We teach our kids robotics, computer science, GIS, global information system mapping. We send them to China every year to learn Mandarin and Cantonese and visit the factory so they could see the world that's making all the stuff that we take for granted. The reason why I say we take it for granted is when the new iPhone comes out, you're gonna throw away your iPhone 7, and it's pretty awesome, actually. So we really take for granted the tech that we have. We don't acknowledge the folks that make it. Right? So if you go to watch a film, they credit everyone. The makeup artist, the caterer, the stylist, the assistants. But when you buy your tech, they don't credit anybody. You don't know any of the people's names that put it together. And that's not, I don't think that's cool. And that's one of the things we want to change in the products that we bring to market, to start acknowledging the folks that are responsible for assembly, the engineering, and credit them, and celebrate them.
And when you started having your students learn Chinese, you wanted them to learn Mandarin because of this connection to the world that's making a lot of our products, right? That's how that came.
Say it again?
No, your idea of getting them to learn Mandarin, talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so in 2009, I was a part of this program called 100,000 Strong with the State Department. And at that time, I had 65 kids. And the whole premise was to send 65 kids, to send a percentage of our 65 kids to China whose ever grades were above 3.5 would be able to go to China. If you had a GPA of 3.0, you could join our robotics program. So we turned grades into currency, right? So you want to go to the Beyonce concert, you have to have, a 3.0. So it really, motivated our kids because you have to realize you're competing with what the inner city has to offer. That's, quick money, selling drugs, escape taking drugs. So it's business you're competing with. So a kid in the inner city doesn't really care about grades. They don't know what grades are going to do for them. And more importantly, they know people that have graduated that have nothing but debt and a diploma. And so you're really in a stuck situation. So what we did at I Am Angel was to give them skill sets of tomorrow, the building blocks, the tools to not only fill jobs, create jobs. So I started with 65 kids who were all failing miserably, and now we have 470 kids, and the average GPA is 3.5.
Woo, very nice. Grades as currency, I like that.